Today on Business Success in Six with Stacie, I have Marina Rupena here from Rupena's Market in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Maria, thanks for jumping on with me.
Oh, thank you for having me.
It's my pleasure. We had a great conversation before I pressed record, and you have a long history and really neat, unique business. So if you don't mind, I'd love to ask you about Rupena's Market.
Please.
All right, here we go. When people ask you what Rupena's does, how do you describe your business?
It's funny. We'll say grocery store catering, um, but it's a very old fashioned way of doing things. What we cook is like you would out of your own home. And we eat our own food. So that makes, any party, we're like, oh, yeah, it's good.
Absolutely. And your business has been around for a while. Tell me the history of your business, please.
Rupena's has been around in Milwaukee for 98 years. My grandpa came from Yugoslavia when he was 9, worked for a butcher, bought the first business in 1925, and then built his own store in 1951. And my parents took it over about 40 years ago, and it's still going today. I run it now.
Congratulations. And you're employing 52 people, you said, regularly,
Yes,
even more.
yes.
So how has the business changed through the 98 years as well?
Um, it's funny you ask because in the store, I have in my dad's baby book, I had all these pictures of like the old store. And what I did is I blew them up because I want to bring that ambiance or that feeling into the store now. And there's a lot of people that come in and like, I remember that. I remember that. And older people and then younger people will say, my grandparents used to go, to the store on First and Center. And my dad, he said, Maria, he goes, we're just old. And I said, Dad, we're old in a good way. So, we're giving us a facelift. We're gonna, bring Rupena's back to today, but still keep what you have instilled in it for so long.
Absolutely. That history is so important, right? And people care about that stuff. So that's really neat that you're
Yes.
highlighting that. So what is the biggest way that you impact the community?
Rupena's, we do a lot for the community. And the city knows it, but it's not so much like doing it. We never do it for recognition. That's not what Rupena's is. My dad and mom have always taught me, you give from your heart. And when you give from your heart, you don't ever, you don't ever want that. We don't want anything back. We just are there to help. Like an example, my favorite thing to do is during the holidays, I'll come in like on an Easter Sunday, which we're closed, or Christmas Day, we're closed, and I answer the phone. And because I'm heating food up for home, I answer the phone and I ask them, did you forget like a turkey or what? And they're like, yeah, and I'm like, come on in. And I open this door. It's fun.
Wow.
I remember it was last year, or the year before, a mother and a son came in. Son was maybe 12, 13, and she was crying. And she said, I just wanted this to be the best holiday for my son. And things happened, and I said, that's all right. So I said, come on in. And I grabbed a bag and I asked her son, I said, what's your favorite, dessert? He's like, cake. I'm like, all right. So I had 2 bags and I said, here, this will give you leftovers. I said, I can't fix, what happened, but I can help you at least share a meal with him. She goes, that's what I wanted. And that's all I needed. And I love that. Nobody should be alone and feel alone. And a lot, I grill outside, which I haven't, but I got to get that grill out.
Yeah.
And that's, oh my goodness, I love it. I have my music going. There's people. It's just the camaraderie of people, and we're here to help anybody. If it's a tire, we'll change it. I'm like, hey, who can change a tire? Doesn't matter.
Wonderful. Oh my gosh. Well, thank you for all you're doing for the community and just
Thank
sharing
you.
that positivity. That's beautiful. What is one challenge that you have faced that other business owners could learn from?
Um, Well, the challenge, there's a lot of challenges, but I think what we're all going through right now is, employee shortages.
Mhm.
I do believe that. Um, but a good way, I don't call them employees. That's one thing. They're our family. And I think that's really important,
Mhm.
that I'm not better or higher than them, and you become a team.
Yeah.
And we actually are very fortunate. We're really good right now. We're tight and working hard. I think that's a big challenge for one.
Mhm.
Um, Second is getting new people into the business, like customers and things like that.
Okay.
And and that's, I do like anything I can do. Like I do this bacon fest, I'll do that, and it's drawing people in. But I think what's really, really important is, if you're an owner, you got to be there. You got
Mm.
to be talking to those customers. You have to be, there to answer the questions, and that makes a
Mm.
difference.
Very interesting. So, and then managing 52 people, I mean, that's got to be a challenge in some ways. Do you have any advice on that as far as how you do that?
They're not all there at once, but it's a lot of, switching this and that.
Mm.
Managing them gets a little difficult, but
Mm.
I have an open door policy
Okay.
where, they're having a bad day, come and talk to me. Let's not take it out on customers, things like that. We have a
Yeah.
lot of young employees, which they're going through college, they're getting different jobs and things like that. And I always tell them, if you have a day off, come on back. I just, it's hard to manage them, especially when they're all bickering or arguing,
Yeah.
but it's kind of like they're all your children in a way,
Yeah,
you know, and
absolutely. Yeah, and
and
it's
I
your job as a leader to lead them into bigger, better things and how to
yes,
talk to people, right? So pulling them back, that's really smart,
and
talking to them so they don't take it out on customers or other employees.
correct. And also, if it's between two employees, maybe some people don't believe in it, but I bring both of them in and maybe a third. I'm like, all right, we're putting everything on the table. No
Yeah,
talking behind the back. We got to figure out, where it's all coming from. A lot of them don't like it, but
sure.
yet when it's done, they all walk away and they're settled
Very
for.
good.
But honesty, I think, is a big with all of them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Honesty. Hmm.
Thank you so much for that advice. So what
Thank
does
you.
the future look like to Rupinas? I know you've got some fun plans. Would you like to share those?
I would. So I go to these auctions, and I'll say, okay, who's available to go pick up my stuff? Well, they're like, oh, she's at it again. So I have been creating a coffee bar at the store, in our grocery store, and it's going to have a different look, and eventually the other part of the store will come into that look. But I'm going to feature Stone Creek
Okay.
Coffee, who I love local. They're wonderful to work with.
Mhm.
I just got my stuff delivered today. It's not up yet.
Yes.
And also, the grocery store is located in Westwood Shopping Center off
Mhm.
of 76 and Beloit. And
Okay.
there's a corner shop on there. Right now, the sign has almost anything on it, but that is going to be a venue, a hall, 150 people it could
Wow.
hold. And I'm calling it Lucy's.
Hmm. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you so
So
much for sharing that
thank
exciting
you.
start of business. More to come on that, right?
Yes.
My final question for you today is all subjects open. What inspires you most?
What inspires me most? I like challenges
Mm.
to a point, but I always challenging of, if something isn't right, figure out how to fix it.
Mhm.
Don't give up. Listen. Listen to other people.
Mm.
And just because you may think it's going to work one way, no. Listen to your customers. Listen to who is buying your product or purchasing, whatever. because you're not buying your own product, they are. And if they don't buy it, you don't have a business. So it's really listening and seeing what people want,
Mhm.
and not thinking you're the only one that knows what's going on, what will sell, or what's better.
Yes, thank you so much for that advice. I would love to share that with everybody that will listen, right?
Yes, yes.
So if somebody wants to come visit you, visit the market, or in the future visit Lucy's, what's the best way for them to find out more information?
Um, Actually, you could email me. I get all my emails and I respond. I'm very good at that. It's Rupena, Rupena market at gmail.com. You can connect with me on Facebook, on LinkedIn, all of them. I'm on there, and I'd love to talk to you or
Awesome.
meet you. Come on in.
Thank you so much. And if somebody wants to come on in, what's the best way for them to find out store hours and whatnot?
You can go on our website, rupenas.com. We have it on there. I usually change them when they're supposed to be changed.
Okay.
Or you can call our phone for, it's actually 414-543-PIGS,
Love
and
it.
they'll tell you.
Awesome. Well,
Yes,
thank you so much for your time today, Maria. Good
thank
luck with all the
you.
new plans and have a good 2023.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Thank you.